Vag. What you gonna do when it's hot outside? Ooh, I know what. Listen to Vag. What you gonna do when the trains are down? Ooh, I know what. Listen to Vag.
No, we should be fine. No, I'm just at one bar at this, and I don't think we have batteries, but that probably means that we have a good 20 to 30 minutes. Hi, guys. We're pre-podcasting
because we're both going to be on the cruise.
Yeah, so we're trying to create more content for you. We're racking our brains.
Guys, I just spent $405 on Zuzu.
Yeah. She's in stable condition. She has a cold.
She has a respiratory infection and also a heart murmur. The interesting thing is that when I got the bill,
I think you need to talk into...
I'm so dumb, and I'm also so tired. So
it'll still pick up sound pretty well.
The interesting thing about that is that they asked me for $405, and I'm like, you guys just assumed I had that much money?
You're like, I didn't bring any cash with me.
I was thinking this was like $85.
Well, it's like Joe the other day. He's like, how long has your laundry been at the laundromat? And I'm like, 9 days. And he's like, why? And I'm like, I have nothing.
You have nothing to wear?
No, I was waiting to get spot pay so I could pay.
Oh, you have no money.
Yeah. Well, I just know I have like $200 in my account, and I know that Con Ed or
something's gonna hit,
and I hate paying overdraft fees. That I was like,
sense.
I can't. I'm doing fine now. I got back, but I picked up my clothes today. But it was just so funny. I'm like, I haven't been in this situation.
Somebody had a really funny joke about like having to do laundry and like showing up to the and like you have no clean clothes and showing up to the laundromat in your graduation outfit, your cap and gown.
Well, one time I came there to pick up my laundry, and my laundromat guy was wearing a suit that I was like, no, I'm the one that's supposed to be running out of clothing.
That's so funny.
It was so odd, but I thought it was like such a funny reversal.
I did laundry today, and I was wearing like ugly sweatpants and an ugly shirt, and I ended up being out all day, and people thought I wore that all day. I just was going all day and didn't really have a chance to change.
Yeah, and then don't you have the fear of when they're like, can you come to the VU at 10? And you're like, I can't. That's my fear, is to like just show up and do a spot that I need to go do at last minute, and just being like in sweats or like my bathing suit or something.
You know what? Just do it anyway, because I remember seeing a comic, and he said to me, oh, you look nice. And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, because you're usually wearing sweatpants. And I'm like, I've never worn sweatpants on stage. So you think I'm wearing sweatpants every day? I might as well just
exude that.
Yeah, he's like, you just look lazy all the time. But it's so weird where you're like, I should just wear sweatpants. I almost did it the other day, and then I was like, I can't. It's so weird.
Well, now here's the thing that like on the fashion blogs, a lot of the girls, they're trying to be like joggers that you can wear to work. But I'm like, yeah, you have to look like you're 25. Like, I couldn't show up to work in my joggers and a heeled boot and a blazer, and they'd be like, did you get dressed out of the Lost and Found?
Yeah, I think you have to have a perfect body.
Yeah, it's like wearing mom jeans, where you're like, you have to just look like Gigi Hadid in order to wear mom jeans. You can't be a mom and wear mom jeans because you look like shit.
Is mom jeans the thing that they just come up super high?
Yeah, and then they taper down, and it's like a thicker denim. Like, I saw...
To hold, what, your mom fat back?
Yeah, your fupas.
Okay.
I just remember seeing my niece went to see her band play, and the lead singer was this girl, must have been a freshman, and she was wearing mom jeans and like a turtleneck, and I'm like, you look like a teacher.
But she's a kid. It doesn't matter.
No, she looked like it. She wasn't pulling it off.
Oh, she was not pulling it off.
Yeah, I was like, for a lead singer, this is unacceptable for your...
She looked very unfuckable. Is that what you're saying? Yes. You're like, no one's going to want to fuck the librarian.
The 13-year-old up on stage.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Who was I? Oh, I think I was talking to Dan Perlman. You know when they say it factor? Do they have... We determined that just means, are you fuckable?
So the it factor is like anything.
Yeah. Are you fuckable?
Somebody will always fuck you, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, it may not be the person you really want to fuck, but somebody will always fuck you.
Yeah. I could probably... We've talked about this before, but I could probably lay down in the middle of the street and take my pants off.
And Somebody will fuck you.
and yell at somebody come fuck me, and somebody will come fuck me.
Do you think like a bunch of guys would be like, this doesn't seem right?
They're like, it's too good to be. They'll
Yeah, they're
probably
like,
think
what's
it's a trap.
the catch? They're like, do you have AIDS?
No, I'm proving a point.
Yeah, that you
Yeah.
can just fuck me.
It's not gonna be like the guy that you want to fuck.
I was looking at videos and Fred showed me this video of a guy. It was in another country, but they took this guy who was homeless, and he had like, you know, big hair that was like matted and a big beard. And this guy, I mean, so crazy. This guy takes him in and he's like, "Hey, how would you like a haircut?" So like, they give this guy a haircut, like get him all jazzed up with this fancy haircut and this beard. And then Fred's like, I was like, so wait, he's going to go back on the street looking great?
Yeah. For what?
I don't know. Fred goes, he's not even going to be able to ask for money anymore. He's not even going to look homeless.
Yeah, people are gonna be like, no, your haircut looks amazing.
Yeah, be like, that's a $100 haircut. And be like, oh, I got it for free. Also, it's weird that they give this guy a haircut and
Trendy.
not like a meal.
Yeah, or wash him up a little bit.
Well, yeah, they were just promoting their haircutting place. That's what it was at the bottom.
That's so crazy. That's like one of those things where I love it, like that when that white girl decides to go to Africa to set up a clinic, and then she ends up like killing everybody there because she doesn't know how to administer medicine. Just that being like, we're helping, but then you're like, no, you're actually causing way more problems.
She
'cause
had good intentions.
yeah. Her intentions were good.
Also, like, what about the people that she asked to go help her, and they were like, no, and she was like, you're bad people, and then she's like, well, you killed a bunch of people while I was on spring break. You could have just stayed home.
yeah, you did a very atrocious thing.
So wait, let's talk about this cruise that we're going on.
So we're going on the Joker's cruise.
We're going on the Impractical Jokers cruise with 15. What is it, like 1,100 people?
It's so many. I'm so amazed that people love something so much that they want to be on a boat with it.
I mean, the Jokers are huge.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why people are so obsessed with it, though.
I don't
Not even them in
know.
particular, but like, why be obsessed with anyone that much?
It's the same thing of why people really like podcasts. They really love podcasts.
I know, but then it's like, would you go nuts to see somebody?
I don't think I've ever gone nuts to see. I don't think anything is worth going to see.
I mean, that's a great message for all these fans. But you're right. Imagine, okay.
For my mentality, I'm like,
Would you want to? I guess there's something. I guess this is the other thing too. Most of these people are probably married, middle-aged.
yeah,
They really have nothing to look forward to. Isn't it interesting? We're getting paid to go
yeah.
on a cruise with
It's
our
our
friends.
demographic.
With our friends. It's gonna be pretty cool, and we're not excited.
Yeah, most people, because they're just like,
And these people are taking one of their 2 weeks off from work. How insane is it to get 2 weeks off a year at a job?
yeah.
Like, that's you're living every day for 2 weeks a year.
We're not selling this cruise.
Guys, go on the cruise. But I'm just saying, could you imagine, like, those people are taking one of their 2 weeks off a year to go on this cruise, and they're psyched about it.
I know.
They're
It's-
psyched for the
it's
shows.
Sweet. I like it.
It's amazing. We're bad people, but
Yeah.
it's amazing that they're excited to do something.
I think there was a Backstreet Boys cruise. There's also been like Motley Crue and Poison cruise, and I'm like, that sounds like fun. But if I was drinking heavily,
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing, too. These people are mostly going to be drinking. So going on a cruise to see anybody, to me, sounds like a lot of work.
yeah, like or just, have you ever gone swimming in the hotel pool? Like that feels weird to go swim with strangers.
And, like, all of them have, like, probably picked their ass, and who has, like, shit stains on their swimsuit.
Yeah, or didn't shower for days and then are just getting in the
who
pool.
just jerked off, and now, like, their swimmies are swimming by you.
Yeah, there's like a layer of semen on the.
Also, like, where... Okay, so this is the other thing I wanted to tell you. The Triumph was given it's a Carnival cruise. It was given the name Poop Cruise because passengers were forced to use the bathroom in bags.
Oh my god!
That's only 2 months after passengers said
When was this? Was this
2013.
okay? I remember.
We're going
Poop
on the
Cruise.
Norwegian or something, I think.
Yeah.
It says that was only 2 months after passengers said that the floors were flooded with sewer water. And it's not like that sewer water is poop water.
Yeah.
So that means
It's
after
Pink
that
Eye Central.
after that happened, they still had this cruise, and then people had to start shitting in bags like colostomy bags. That's insane. Where you have to poop in a bag.
On a boat, and you can't
How,
escape
first of all,
it.
how hard is it to do that? You ever have to go to the doctor and give them a pee sample? I pee all over my hand.
I know. I don't think I've ever pooped in a bag before. No, I have.
Okay, but
When I had that colitis, I had to shit in a cup,
how big was the cup?
like a measuring cup, like you would bake with.
Okay, I would have to probably shit over a huge water pot pan just
Yeah.
to make sure I didn't miss it.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to get. So imagine they give you these little bags that are probably, how big could they be? This big? And now what are you doing? You're shitting in them.
They probably give you bigger bags.
But they have to have bags for everybody multiple times a day. You're peeing and shitting in them.
That's an awful
What are you doing
scenario.
with them after?
I guess you put it in one of the rooms.
Imagine being the people that have to clean that up.
I know. I would have just sunk the boat when it landed at the dock
It's so awful.
or exploded it.
The nice thing about not being drunk on the cruise, though, is if it goes down, we'll probably get off first because we're sober.
Yeah.
So all those drunks will they'll probably just drown.
Yeah.
We could use their bodies to float on.
We could. Like, they're like ants.
We could just use it like, what's her name used that door on the Titanic.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We could just put together a bunch of Impractical Jokers fans and like cruise on them to land.
Tie them up with their bikinis.
Whatever
make
they
a
have
raft.
going on. Yes. Make a raft of Impractical Joker fans.
It's a new kind of... And then we're still telling jokes on top of their
We're
bodies.
like, guys, we still need this. We still need this money.
Yeah.
Zuzu had a $400 visit.
Yeah, I hope nothing bad happens, but that just feels like I jinxed it.
Oh my God! Listen to this. So that Triumph Carnival cruise. So this is what it says. What happened to the cruise ship? Disabled Carnival cruise ship reaches port. Disembarkation ends nearly a week of unpleasurable conditions. Guess how many passengers were on it? Guess how many passengers?
20,000.
Come on! It's not a stadium. What do you think? Come on! That's insane.
They could fit a lot of people on those boats.
Yeah, but the one we're going on, I think, has 1,000. So
Oh, that's not
already
so bad.
Yeah, but so these people are peeing and pooping several times a day into these
That's
bags.
a lot. I mean, when you have a party and people just pee in your bathroom a lot, it still gets destroyed.
Right, and that's like, what, 20 people maybe?
Yeah.
Guess how many people it was?
2,000.
4,200 passengers.
Oh, my God.
And crew members aboard the Carnival Triumph, which lost power. So not only
No,
are
it
they
stinks.
peeing and pooping in these bags, they also lost power after an engine room fire while in the Gulf of Mexico. There has to be a lawsuit for that.
Yeah.
That has to be the most awful trip ever.
I just picture, you know how a lot of times when you're at a restaurant and something goes bad with your meal, they're like, we're so sorry, but here's a gift certificate. And you're like, why would I want to come back? So I just picture like Triumph Cruise just being like, your next cruise is free. And you're like, no, thank you.
Oh, God. I would never want to do that. Do you want to know what happens to the poop on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
Okay. These floating resorts dump over 1 billion gallons of sewage into the open ocean every year. In a sense, every cruise is a poop cruise. That's a lot of sludge to pour onto unsuspecting fish. If the sewage is untreated, the ship must be 12 nautical miles from shore before it dumps the passengers' dumps.
I guess it's fine because it's salt water, and as long as it's not near swimming, like, it's organic.
I mean, I guess isn't fertilizer just shit? But I mean, that's
Yeah.
not our shit, though.
Well, apparently also, like, sand is also created by parrotfish eating coral and then pooping it out. So we're really just, like, laying on parrotfish poop.
Yeah, everything seems gross.
Yeah.
So disgusting, man.
Yeah, it's...
Well, one time I rode a horse in the water, and the horses just started pooping. And you're like, well, okay, there's nothing I can do about that.
I get
Because
that.
horses can't control when they poop. They just start pooping.
No, I remember as a kid, I'd put on my bathing suit and then jump in the water, and I always had to take a shit, and I would always be so upset that I'm like, come on. And I always hated going back into the house and taking off a wet bathing suit.
Oh, that's the worst feeling.
Yeah.
I also used to hate sand in like the vagina part because it always felt like crunchy the whole way home, and then you're like
It's
itchy.
in your lips.
Oh, it's so awful. It feels like you're never gonna get that sand out. It's like inside you. It's in your shoes. It's everywhere.
It makes your pussy really soft though afterwards because it exfoliates.
Oh, I
it.
guess that's true.
I remember one time my sister didn't want to go back in, and she took a shit in the yard,
That sounds good.
and then our dog came by and just started eating it.
Your dog ate her shit.
Yeah, it was a Cocker Spaniel.
Are Cocker Spaniels used to eating? Are they known for eating poop?
No, but I do think they're not the brightest. They were so inbred.
I think a lot of dogs like shit. Susie used to eat shit a lot.
Yeah.
Every now and then I have to be quick, otherwise she'll take a lick. She's like an addict. I have to grab her away, otherwise she'll just be like,
No, I know. I remember walking dogs, and they would always jerk my arm out just so
love
they
it.
could small another turd.
Well, that's what Zuzu.
And you're like, is that really important right
Zuzu
now?
tries to pretend she's sniffing it, and then she goes like an ice cream cone. You're like, stop it.
I see you, Zuzu. Maybe that's why she's sick.
Maybe, but I mean, this is the first time she's really sick like that.
Or maybe she hasn't eaten enough poop, so her immune system's like weak.
There you go. Do you want to know our chances of the ship sinking?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Do you know what I was thinking about? I don't know why. Maybe because we've talked about stuff we've done as kids on this show. And I think I've talked about it before, but I just realized again how insane it is that me and my sister used to strip as kids. I've talked about this before, right?
I think so.
But we used to strip as kids, and my mother thought this was the cutest thing. And my dad was so turned off by it.
Of course. Well, that's healthy.
Yes. But not only were we stripping to music, because we just had layers of clothes on, we also were stripping while we pretended to be pregnant. Which is crazy that my mother wasn't like, stop this. She thought it was hilarious.
It is really funny, though.
I guess as kids it is, but like so weird that your mom is just like, this is adorable. You're pretending to be pregnant strippers.
I do have to say, as a parent, I feel like you and I would actually enjoy that.
We would, but I think my mother, just us being poor trash, was just like, this is not a bad idea. I think she was like, this is not the worst career path for you guys.
It is funny, like, stripping when as a kid seems so interesting and pretty fun. You're like,
So does playing teacher.
yeah.
I love playing teacher and stripper.
Yeah.
That's a weird range.
That's like when they asked you when you're a kid actor, what's your range? You're like, I'm anywhere from a teacher to a stripper. Librarian was good too, of like stamping the books.
We also like playing cashier.
Cashier's
Anything that you pretend to have money and stuff, and like you're ringing stuff.
organizing,
We would just pretend to like
scanning.
scanning's fun, but we would just have like I don't know what we were doing. We would just have a bunch of like dolls lined up, and we were pretending to teach them.
Yeah.
So bizarre.
Like read them a story, and then you just show them like
My
the
mom was like,
pictures
"This is
afterwards.
boring. Let's get the strippers out here. Come on, strippers."
Well, you didn't get paid enough as teachers that you had to.
We
play
had to
pretend
strip at night.
after.
My mom was. That's funny. My mom was like, "Yeah, you guys are gonna have to do a second job."
So what is it?
Yeah, it's funny because my dad would be so grossed out where he'd be like, "What are you doing, Debbie?" And she'd be like, "What? It's cute.
It's funny.
It's cute. They're stripping pregnant."
They're about to give birth.
That's how we ended every song. We gave birth. And you don't know what you're doing when you're pretending to be pregnant. So
Do
you just
you
rip the baby. You just rip the pillow out.
Oh yeah. Do you think there are actual strippers that are like 8 months pregnant on the pole?
I'm sure there's some. I don't know about 8 months pregnant, but probably like 4 or 5.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if you're really thin, you could. I don't know. I guess if you're pregnant though, sometimes you look more pregnant. I would.
Do you think you get more money as a pregnant stripper? I think you would. I remember.
You think people would feel more sorry for you?
Oh yeah, I remember when we had a girl that would wait tables up until like her 8th month of pregnancy, and I'd always be like, "That's got to be so fun." I was like wanting to do that at my tables to get more
Pretend-
tips, to be like this. I think it just kicked, just so you can get a little bit like 20% or 25%.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think you would probably get more money if you pretend to be pregnant.
Also, it's weird. I went with my friend. She was pregnant. We went to the hardware store for something. All these guys just surrounded her and wanted to like touch her belly while he was helping, while they were helping
Really?
her out. That I was like, it was one of those things where you're like, this is so bizarre. And I know people like to touch pregnant bellies,
Like, I think. Do you think
girls and guys, but it was because it was a hardware store. It was mainly guys in there,
What,
and they were so about touching our belly.
what do you think more people like touching? A pregnant woman's belly or black people's hair?
That's a very good question. I feel like
I
you're
like
at a
touching,
risk.
I like touching both equally.
Yeah, I've never touched a black person's hair.
I feel like I have. I've asked some people, like, your hair looks really pretty. Can I touch it? But I've also asked white people if I could touch their hair. If it's really nice.
Yeah,
Sorry, I've never asked you, Sarah.
it's okay. It's not doing its best these days. It's thinning.
That's because we're getting old. We're dying.
And
We're getting so old.
yes,
First of all, I still, for my sinuses, I hope going on this cruise we're able to breathe better.
you might be able to. I think
With the
warmer
heat.
climate's always better for
Yeah.
sinuses, and then instead of this cold, wet nonsense. So did you get the percentage?
The odds of dying on a cruise are roughly 1 in 6.25 million.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's much more dangerous to drive a car. Obviously, the odds of dying in a crash are about 1 in 645. On a cruise ship, one of the biggest risks isn't falling off, it's the spread of diseases.
Ew.
You said that. Everything spreads on there. Like, what if one person has the coronavirus? We're all dying.
We're fucked. That's like why sometimes going on the plane, it drives me insane when I can hear 10 million people coughing. I'm like, oh my God. We're all going to get sick.
Sometimes you see somebody, like, there's a lot of Asian people do wear masks on the thing, and after a while you're like, they're probably smart. You look like a huge douchebag,
Yeah.
but it is kind of smart.
Yeah.
Did you see I did Bennington last week, I think it was, and they have people now wearing huge water bottles on their heads.
No, like scuba masks.
No.
Like those old 1940 scuba tank masks.
Let me show you. I guess they're like water jugs.
You probably have to wear like a quarantine outfit too when you, like a paper outfit, like what you paint your house in.
This is kind of what they look like. They're just wearing huge water bottles over their head. It's like they cut the bottom out and put that around the top. I guess, does that work? It must.
I guess so, but there's that guy that I worked with, the one that I keep
This
talking
one.
about. That's great. That's really fascinating. It's good to know that you can take a liter bottle and make a gas mask out of it.
It says Chinese use grapefruits and bras as face masks.
But yeah, the guy that I worked with, he wore a mask all the time, and he would never clean it. That it got himself sick, like regurgitating the same cold over and over again.
Oh yeah, that can't be healthy. What else
No.
would you
I
wear?
was like, you have to change it.
What else would you wear over your face to protect from the coronavirus?
I don't know. I'd have to find liter bottles.
I guess, or you could get like those big water the ones that they use in the offices.
Yes.
And cut that and put your head on it.
We'll have
Put
to
your head
bring
in
an
that.
X-Acto knife onto the cruise ship to cut through all of this. They're like, what are you guys doing?
You're like preparing for the end.
It's coronavirus.
I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun stories to share.
Yeah, we're going to do behind the scene videos for you guys on our top tier.
And we're also gonna try and do a double date podcast with Sarah's husband and my boyfriend.
Yes.
If me and him are still together, we will probably break up and get back together on the boat 12 times. So catch us on one of our together dates.
Oh, yeah. Or captains can marry people.
What?
Yeah.
So when we get married in the Bahamas, then
we can get you guys married and then we can get you guys divorced.
that's not bad.
It doesn't go into full effect until you, I guess, go on land and get the proper government documents.
Guys, also, if you want to hire me and Sarah to double marry you, we could do double officiation.
We will do it.
And we'll make it funny. I mean, it might also be mean, so you have to consider if you're open to that. But you're going to have to pay us. We're not going to work for free anymore. Even as a kid, I didn't strip for free.
Yeah, we're only... You got money? Did your mom give you
I
some
got
pocket money?
Monopoly money.
Yeah.
But it was still money.
Like, we're breaking even right now.
Almost. We're almost breaking even.
Yeah, we're almost... That's like I remember that movie Breakdancing when they're trying to raise money so they can have their breakdancing.
Oh, yes.
Where it's like that thermometer. We're not even out of...
We're not out of debt, guys.
We can't even put any marker onto the thermometer.
Guys, thank you for signing up and supporting Vag and women who are single moms without kids.
That's us. Single
us.
moms without kids.
Single moms without kids. It's still just as much work.
It really is. I don't know
I
how
do-
people do it.
I do a lot of checking Facebook and Instagram.
That's a big mom activity.
Yes.
And then I make jokes about like, is it wine o'clock yet?
Ooh, wine o'clock. That's a good one. Guys, thanks for liking us on Instagram and Twitter. Keep doing that. If you have questions, send them to us. Vag@gmail. What is it?
Vag podcast
Just send them
at
in Vag.
Gmail.
Just scream out your window and we'll hear it.
And thanks for
whatever.
iTunes review. I appreciate that. And then I saw that you guys, even the people that gave us 1 stars, thanks for just giving a 1 star without letting us know why you hate us.
Oh, I want to know why they hate us.
Do you want to know?
This is what I don't like about social media and all this stuff. You can say things to people and be anonymous.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to say you don't like me, you think I'm not funny. It's like, have a face. Let me see who you are as a person. All of this stuff where you have no face, it's just like, is that my biological father?
Yeah.
I think all of the
reaching out.
faceless criticizers are just my dad.
Yeah.
My
you could be
biological
related.
dad.
We have no idea.
Exactly. So if you're going to make fun of us or tell us something bad, we want to see what your face looks like.
Please.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
All right. Bye.
Badge, badge, badge. What you gonna do when it's hot outside?